Hello and welcome to the USA Volleyball Show, the official podcast of USA Volleyball. We're coming to you live-ish, on location as some might call it, in Virginia Beach for the 2025 Beach Volleyball National Championship. USA Volleyball's Beach Championship is a hot one, but we're so excited to be here at Virginia Beach. And we're brought to you in part by our wonderful partners at Zenny. So head on over to Zeny Optical, get yourself some nice, whether it's regular frames, sunglasses for the beach, sunglasses for just your leisure. You're going to want to wear what the pros wear, and head on over to Zenny.com, ZennyOptical.com. And speaking of the pros, we have some two pros right here who wear Zenny, who are sponsored by Zenny, and are friends of the pod. They're also Paris Olympians, but I think that comes second to friends of the pod.
Yes.
Taryn Brasher and Kristen Nuss, welcome back to the USA Volleyball Show. Taryn, I want you to be proud of me because I almost said close. I was so close.
Yeah, I was waiting, but no, yeah, you crushed it.
So great to have you both here. What are your overall impressions of being at the Beach National Championship?
We have heard so much about Virginia Beach in general, and then being here and seeing all the courts and all the girls, there was a great turnout for USA Volleyball, and we were just so excited to be a part of it and to actually see it in person. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, to me, going back to when I was a junior and playing in tournaments like this, to see the growth, every single time I come out to a tournament like this, I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
I hope it just keeps going and going, but it really is. It's something special to just see the amount of teams that are out here.
We're super stoked to just see how much you're resonating with fans, whether it was last night at Chico's where you did a little bit of a meet and greet, or even here this morning. We could barely take you away for this podcast. It's really so apparent that you connect with the next generation. You gave an amazing speech, both of you, earlier this morning before we kicked off championship day here. Just, have you had some great interactions with the fans? I know you have, but, do you see that resonance as well?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say absolutely. I mean, we were once these kids, especially, Taryn was a little more indoor, but I mean, I was once these kids at these tournaments. So seeing them and just seeing, it's kind of funny because I really can put myself in their shoes and kind of seeing the little nerves when they come up to talk to us. I'm like, that was definitely me. Sorry, we got a nice little plane going over us right now. I'll wait. I don't know if you can, do you want me to keep going? Sorry, I'll keep going. But yeah, just seeing the excitement they have for playing and getting to meet us, it really is something special because, like I said, I was once them.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest part is that was us, and I don't think they realize that, but we want to just have normal conversations and just answer any of their questions or kind of validate if they have worries or anxieties about things, that they are real and we go through them too. And I think that's just nice to have that connection. And sport is such a cool place where, yes, you're super competitive, but there's also there's just human beings that are playing a wonderful sport all together, and we're all the same in all of those things.
We should probably get out the disclaimer now before the rest of the show. We are near what we think is maybe a naval base, but here in Virginia Beach, you get these massive fighter jets that they're even super high up in the sky, and you can still hear them like they're right there. So if you hear that noise, don't freak out. The world isn't ending. It's just a jet passing overhead. But yes, I mean, and I think I hear you guys talking about some indoor stuff. Taryn, you mentioned during your speech that you started with indoor, didn't play till you were 22, and then just the ability to walk up and talk to Olympians, I think, has got to be so great for these athletes. So it's wonderful that you're doing that. And then just, overall here, I'm assuming you've had a little bit of a chance to see some of the competition, but any early takeaways from, any of the action you've seen on the court?
Oh, I mean, I think it's just crazy. I go back to just when I was playing, the level that it is now was not what it was like when I was playing. So seeing just across the board, these high level athletes just going out and competing, and it is warm. So seeing how they deal with the elements, but yeah, just the level of play. Beach volleyball in America, especially on the women's side, it is elite, and it is just so fun to just see it growing and growing and starting now at there's 12-year-olds out here playing. So
yeah, I'm just jealous that I did not get to do this when I was 12. They are so blessed to be able to have this, and then to have all the parents and they're all hanging out. It's such a cool environment. And yeah, oh my gosh. I mean, I did not see it when I was 12 or 14 or growing up in juniors.
I didn't either. I started at 16.
This is awesome. Yeah.
Any favorite memories? Obviously, I'm assuming they might trend more towards the indoor side of things, but from your club days, from when you were younger, kind of growing up through the sport, that kind of flood back from being at an event like this?
Oh my gosh. I have some of my best friends to this day are from volleyball. So I think it wasn't even like the games. I can't remember the games, and that's probably not good also, but I remember just the time in between, and you get to hang out with your friends, and you get to have sleepovers, and you get to go to dinner after you had a hard day on the beach. That's so much fun, and that's where all the memories are made, and that's how you make new friends and meet new people, and I think that is amazing. That is so much fun.
So obviously now we're pretty far removed from the club days. You guys are competing at the biggest stages that the sport has to offer. We get you fresh off your back-to-back victory in Gstaad, which has become maybe one of the best stops on the Beach Pro Tour. We want to ask you all about the recent stops that you've been to, but first, tell me a little bit about Gstaad. What is it about that event, other than the awesome cowbell you guys get, that makes it so great and such a great event to be a part of?
I mean, first of all, you can't, just the fact that you're playing in the Swiss Alps, you look up, just the scenery, the backdrop, that in and of itself is
It
just
looks like a
incredible.
computer screen.
Yeah, it's fake almost.
Yeah.
And we say all the time, it's like pictures don't even do it justice. You have to go. But besides all that, it's the people there. I mean, this past year was the 25th anniversary of that tournament, and it's no surprise that it's been going on for 25 years because the people are what make it. The volunteers who go out and put on the event, they're unmatched. It's just absolutely incredible, the passion that they have, and then let alone the fans that pack the stands, and they have the synchronized hand motions.
They sell out, and they will not let anybody in.
So that tournament, they just know how to do it, but I think it goes back down to just the people, the passion that they have for beach volleyball in that just small little Gstaad. It's crazy, but yeah, the people are what make it.
It's also crazy because you're not on a beach, but you're playing beach volleyball, and that is like the stop that everybody wants to go to, and you're not even on a beach. That is just insane.
Absolutely. And then, so defending your title, back-to-back champs there, were you thinking about that going in, and how did the pressure build as you got towards the final point of that last match?
What did Drew say before we left?
He was like, well, you guys don't have a silver cowbell. So, but no, I mean, obviously every single tournament we go into, we always want to come out on top, and I think we do. We just somehow play our best volleyball when we're in Gstaad. And so, yeah, I think we were playing free. So I think that's when we play our best. And we really, at least I did not feel any pressure going in. It was just like, wow, we get to go play in Gstaad. So let's just go enjoy it.
Do you actually get to take the cowbell home? Like, you have it somewhere?
Oh, we go through security, TSA, we get some weird looks.
Please tell me there are pictures.
My bag was way overweight. I didn't care.
So it does fit in the bag.
I put it in between all my clothes and like stacked. It's the best problem ever because it's big.
See, I don't. They give you like a little duffel bag that it goes in. So I just carry the duffel bag as like a personal item. And when I put it through security, you see all the workers like hitting each other like, what is that? I'm like, it's a trophy. Like, and then they're like, oh, okay. I guess makes sense. You're coming from Switzerland.
So from cowbells to maybe a little bit of a deeper question, but tell me about how, after playing in Paris, after, fulfilling, as you mentioned earlier this morning, a lifelong dream, how do you get the motivation to get back on the beach tour this year, start a new quad? I mean, I know that it's your career, but, where does that motivation come from to start the process all over again this year?
That's a great question. I think we were highly motivated by the way that we were disappointed in the finish in Paris. We had very high expectations, as you should for yourself, and we did not meet those expectations. However, we made it to the Olympic Games, which is a feat in itself, but it was very easy to be motivated when you have so much more to work towards and you have 4 years and you know how fast those 4 years go. And I mean, 2028 is going to be here in no time. So for us, I mean, looking over at Kristen, and if she is, say I don't want to go to a workout, or I'm tired at practice and I see her working her butt off, it is immediately way easier to just get going because I know she's putting in the time and the work and the effort, and I want to do the same for my teammate and for our team.
I think also to note that we did, in January, we took a full month off of no volleyball, and I think that was definitely needed. Obviously, like Taryn said, we were very motivated from that Paris result, and to me, I think going into this year, it was kind of like, no, we want to go prove that it was kind of like a fluke in a way, or just that obviously wasn't our best volleyball in that particular match. But yeah, we did. It was nice to take a break from we were just going that whole time trying to qualify for Paris. So having the break in January was very much needed. I mean, she went and got married, so that was huge. So yeah, I think it was very much needed, and I want everyone to know that breaks are, put that in your schedule. Yeah. It'll be definitely beneficial for you.
It's even like breaks throughout the year. Like, we've learned so much since we started, and before it was like, no, we have to go. And we were just draining ourselves. And if we go, but then we give ourselves a break, we are able to continue that throughout the season instead of just getting burnt out by middle or the end of the
Yeah, that
season.
definitely is a big tip I would say to athletes. Listen to your body.
Yes.
Like, yes, you can be elite and still know that you can take a week off or a month off. Like, listen to your body.
It's also, she might be okay, but I need a break, and vice versa. And I actually listened to the podcast with Alex Kleiman and April Ross, obvious gold medal winners for the USA. And so I was like, wow, that helped me a lot to just give myself the freedom to know that I can listen to my body. It doesn't have to be whatever Kristen is saying too.
This is a little bit of a, hopefully more to this question than just the surface level, but do you look back at Paris fondly, or do you look back at it as just sort of, pure motivation? Like, just for a little inside baseball, I remember meeting up with you guys afterwards. You took our staff out to dinner, and it was only I don't even know if it was a day removed from the end, or maybe it was just not very long effectively, and you guys were in good spirits. You were like, not that nothing had happened, but you had already sort of compartmentalized it seemed like, and were ready to move on to that next chapter. I'm curious how you sort of look back at that experience right now.
Well, we couldn't be more grateful to have an amazing USA staff. I mean, the Paris Olympic Games, obviously there were so many people there, but even throughout the entire qualification, even when it's not qualification, USA Volleyball does so much to support the athletes. And we know, because we have other countries that are coming up to us and constantly reminding us how lucky we are to have so many great pieces in our USA Volleyball program. But no, it was really hard, but we also had to be grateful to be there. But there was just it was such big waves, especially for me. I would be like so excited and happy that I was there with my family or with you guys, and that we even made the Olympics. And then it would be like, but we lost, and you work 4 years for that dream, and then it's just over. And I think that's all that I kept saying. I was just like, it's over. And I was talking to Drew about it, and he was like, it's over. That's like, there's nothing else that you can do, and you have to move forward. But yeah, it takes a lot.
Yeah, I definitely think, we love the USA staff, and I think that was even one of the harder things of basically feeling like we let the country down and let our staff down. So that was kind of hard, but yeah, it was just in talking with the staff and just being like, no, we're proud of you guys. And talking when we both were very fortunate that we had a lot of family members in Paris. So just getting to go explore Paris with our family, that also was a big help in that. But it was just knowing and talking to a bunch of people of just constantly being like, oh my goodness, we're so proud of you guys. Like, love what you guys do. That is definitely what I think for me brought me back. And it was just like, wow, no, like what we did is very cool. We accomplished one of our goals. That was getting to Paris was one of our goals.
And the amount of people that said that we couldn't do it, and we did that. Like that was cool. But you just get stuck on the bad side if you think about it too long.
But no, to answer your question, I definitely look back at Paris as a fond memory. I mean, that is a once in a lifetime opportunity, especially getting to play underneath the Eiffel Tower. Mm-hmm. It was just unreal. And then always getting to represent USA, that's just in and of itself is special.
There's nothing, yeah.
No, I got to go back while I was making one of the videos and look through some of the phone footage from Paris. I was like, oh man, I had that Eiffel Tower on my lock screen for the longest time too. Yeah. But if there's anybody doubting you getting there, I don't know if they were paying attention enough. But nevertheless, you've moved on. You are having the success this year on the Beach Pro Tour as we all expected. And one of those announcements of the Beach Pro Tour is pretty exciting. It's coming back to the U.S. Just got announced, I believe, this past week. Going to be in Newport Beach in Elite 16. How are we feeling about that one?
We're not going.
Stoked.
Just kidding. We will be there.
Yeah, we are stoked. That is absolutely huge for our sport in America. And I cannot be more excited. I know my family is very excited because they're like, wow, we don't have to travel far. So great job. Go America.
Yeah, whoever made that happen, thank you so much. So many people have been asking, when is America going to host? When are you guys going to host again? When are you guys? And we're like, we don't know. Like, if I could have a tournament in America every weekend instead of flying 18 hours, I would do that.
So we need everyone, October 7th through 11th, Newport Beach.
Show up.
Get in the stands. Pack it.
Yeah.
You heard it from them. I don't think we can give much of a better plug for it than that. So But speaking of being able to compete in America, you've had the AVP League this year, and before I go even further than that, definitely do not want to miss hitting on an amazing message that you all put out on your social media. I'm going to leave you the floor there because I want you to explain, what it is. We'll leave a link after you explain it to this amazing charitable effort that you're doing, but please take it away with that message on your social media.
Yeah, so while we were in Switzerland, we obviously heard the floods in Austin and kind of especially the Kirk County community. So we wanted to try and do our best to help in any way we can. So from
now until August.
Through August 3rd, our Austin Aces line, all proceeds will go to the Disaster Relief Foundation there. And so yeah, go to our website, buy Austin Aces gear, and all of the proceeds will go to helping those communities because that we were very heartbroken, and obviously being proud members of the Austin Aces, we want to help our community any way we can. So that was kind of how we foresaw being the best we could do.
Yeah, definitely a very small effort for so many people that are so important, and it is absolutely devastating, and to everybody that was involved, I am so sorry, and we are praying for you guys.
Well, it's an amazing effort. The connection to your city, your region with the Austin Aces is commendable. And like I said, we'll put a link in that description as well for you. That link is also on our social media as well, USAV Beach. But let's talk about your time with the Austin Aces. And this is the second year of the AVP League. Got to catch up with you guys in San Diego not a couple stops ago. You're off to New York after this. How has your experience been in the AVP League so far?
Man, I think it's so much fun. I know it's very different. It's not to 21, and they're shorter games and fewer games, and it's not a full tournament. But for us, it really is so much fun to go. You know exactly when your games are. You know that you can still interact with fans after your game is over. You stay, you watch the rest of the games, and it's so entertaining. And the athleticism is outstanding. It really is. I'm just blown away constantly as to what all of these athletes are doing. As we talked about before, beach volleyball in America is growing, it's exploding, and the number of insane athletes is growing exponentially.
Yeah, I mean, I think just the unique venues that especially this year that the league is going to, I think is huge for the sport, just growing it. The fact that there were 2 events in New York, that's huge. So yeah, hopefully it just keeps growing. More and more fans get involved, and I think the broadcast deal, like we were talking about, is very big. Just getting more of the general public's eyes on our sport is huge, and hopefully, again, I don't know people who go to beach volleyball events or watch beach volleyball and are not just fascinated by it and want to keep watching. So hopefully more and more eyes we get to it, more and more fans keep watching.
Also, some people forget that volleyball is constantly going. Everybody's like, oh yeah, every 4 years we'll watch it for 2 weeks, but it's happening all the time. And with the broadcast deal, that is going to be so beneficial for people to be able to easily find it. They have those channels available to them. They have YouTube available to them. So yes, tune in, watch it. Hopefully more volleyball to come.
How does it integrate with some of the more established AVP events? Like we're assuming that we'll see you at the Manhattan Beach Open, for example. Does it feel like kind of a nice natural sort of coming together of those new events and the old established ones?
Yeah, I think we're still new into the league, and I know, I mean, just in speaking with the AVP people, they want to keep those big events going, and hopefully there's more MBO type style events. But yeah, I think right now it's just the league is very much focused on that broadcast deal and getting basically more the general public eyes on that. And I think that's something a little more digestible for your diehard beach volleyball fans. So yeah, hopefully the league keeps growing, and then the regular kind of what we're used to beach volleyball events, those keep growing. And yeah, so I think at the end of it all, I think the league will be a perfect little funnel kind of into those larger, your more typical beach volleyball events.
Also, the Manhattan Beach Open, are you kidding me? That is the event of all events, especially in America. There are so many international people, as I've said before, that they want to play in America, but they specifically want to play in that event. We are so lucky and so blessed to have that event going on every single year. And it just keeps growing, and there's so much support for it. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Who doesn't want their name cemented on the pier?
That's
forever.
happening this year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, looking forward to that as well. You guys are just winning everything. But I'm curious, what is the difference? I'm assuming there's a big difference. You mentioned the difference in the style of play from going from an Elite 16 like you did with Gstaad, and then going to this event, this AVP event, and do you psych yourself up differently for the style of play? Do you prepare differently? Just curious about the differences there.
No, they're just, everybody is good. You really do have to show up at every single event. There's nothing that you can just take off. Like I said, beach volleyball in America is exploding, and you look at the entry list for all of these Elite 16s, and there's 16 to 25 teams that are signed up that are just from America. So we're basically playing Elite 16s when we go and play at the AVP events, which is really cool.
Yep.
Great opportunity to get sick of everybody you're competing against, right?
Yeah, definitely see the same faces
Yeah.
a lot.
Well, that's enough of the AVP questions, I promise, but we do want to talk about Zenni and the fact that, this podcast being brought to you in part by our partners at Zenni. We have some wonderful sunglasses here. I believe these right in front of us, I think, are your line, if I'm not mistaken. You're wearing some very nice Zennis. Walk us through these wonderful sunglasses here.
Oh, yeah. This is the part that I just think is amazing.
Which I don't think a lot of people know about these Zenni sunglasses.
So when you put on sunglasses and they just like fall off your face and it's really annoying and you're trying to run around and move around, it is so frustrating.
If you are not watching this video and you're just listening, she is talking about the nose piece.
She will be my describer.
Yeah. The nose piece on these sunglasses, they click and you can change. Oh, can you hear the click?
See, we give you a little bit of ASMR here on the USA Volleyball Show. We give you everything.
But no, we are very fortunate to rep Zenni. They really are. We love wearing the sunglasses. We love the different lenses. You can customize the different colors, and we personally love just wearing especially these ones that I'm wearing right now. I don't know if you're not watching this
video. Let me describe them a little bit. As you turn, you get green, you get purple, you get blue, you get every single color. Yeah.
Right there. That turns to green,
and
then
the
purple.
frames are black. But I like the pink ones.
Yeah, so we love wearing them. Again, we love matching our outfits with them, but also they protect our eyes when we're playing all over the world, different suns, different lighting, so there's different shades and everything with the lenses. So yeah, we highly recommend you go get some because we love wearing them and that's all we play in.
Yeah.
Well, Zenni was kind enough to give us some sunglasses coming in. So this is a little self-serving because this is my pair that I got. But I'm doing a little bit of a impromptu unboxing here. So this was the ones that they got me for this event. I got to customize the frames and everything. I have not opened these, so I don't know.
As you do. That is
so a big
right?
thing that
you
can
customize everything.
And I figure this is also good because you guys have those great sports sunglasses. I am the most unathletic person. It would be not at this table regardless, but especially at this table. So it's important that I go with the streetwear version. So I got this nice little, look at this gray sort of wood frame here. Get you a little nice plastic on the glasses. Look at that.
Wow.
These are cool.
And you can even add your prescription into that. Like, how cool.
Right? Yeah. So this doesn't work so well for our audio audience, but visually, I got some nice,
They're like
basically,
yeah.
Severn will be styling on the beach.
Ooh.
Look
So there
out.
we go.
Oh.
Clear too. This is great.
Love it.
Fantastic. So any fun stories with your Zenni so far? Like I can start with one. I almost lost, this is my pair that I've been rocking with for the past year.
Yeah.
And I lose them all the time, but because they're that nice big blue, I can see it when I drop it in the sand. I think after one of the Norseca playoffs, I was like, I can't find them anywhere. And then just big blue shine off the sun, the glint, and I could find them pretty easily whenever I'm a little careless there. But any fun Zenni stories that you guys have with your sunglasses at any point?
I think it's always fun to see which ones we're gonna pack. So Kristen and I FaceTime each other and we go through our packing list, and then you kind of have to open your Zennis so that you can see which ones are going to match with which swimsuit, and then you have to go and look at the weather. So it really is. It's just a whole big event, but with Zenni we do have so many different pairs that go with so many different things that I usually actually bring 5 to 6 different sunglasses with me.
I mean, when I think of sunglasses, when we're playing internationally, one, I love my Zennis because they stay on very well, and I'm honestly constantly diving, so they stay on. But there was one rally in Gstaad where I just like full on layout. They ended up on the ground, and we were still playing. We've made like 3 other plays in the rally while my Zennis were just chilling on the ground. And I go over, clearly there was sand on them. I go to wipe them off, and the ref is like, go back. Because internationally, they're like, you gotta be fast. I'm like, ma'am, did you not just see me diving everywhere. There's clearly sand on my glasses. And she's like, go back. I'm like, let me wipe my glasses off. So that, it just made me think of the glasses.
And then she got a red card and got kicked out.
That did not happen.
You said that with such a straight face. I was like, I couldn't imagine. I didn't remember that.
But yeah, that is a big thing. Difference in international versus AVP. They are so strict about
you get
timing.
5 seconds to serve, and they actually count. And they're like, hurry up, go faster.
Basically, thankfully my Zenni stay on my face because I wouldn't be able to go wipe them off very frequently because they wouldn't let me. So
that's amazing.
That's my story.
We're learning about, all the rules of play here as well. That's fantastic. I must circle back to the personal life. We were not going to leave here without talking about the fact that we have some new rings on the fingers here of our friends TKN.
My actual ring. I don't travel with it.
It's in the imagination right now for the audience. But Taryn, you're married. I got to remember to say Brasher, not Cloth. And Kristen, you're engaged. So, the personal life has taken a big shift since we last talked to you. But Taryn, first, Kristen, maybe from your perspective, how was the wedding? Give us the whole inside details on, Taryn switching from Cloth to Brasher.
How many times have you said Cloth instead of Brasher?
I actually have not. I've been really good.
She's actually better than I am.
Which I still sometimes, what gets me is when they announce her at tournaments and it's like Taryn Brasher and I'm like, oh, whoa.
It's so fun.
I've been good. No, it's been awesome just seeing how happy she has been this entire time. And then obviously getting to know Eric more and more. It's just awesome. I'm so happy for them. But it is kind of funny though how many people came up to me after and they were like, oh my goodness, I thought you were playing with someone else and I was so sad. It's like, nope, same old Taryn.
Still me.
So yeah.
What was the best part of the wedding?
Well, it was a very small wedding, so there was only 9 people there. It was just a very few family members. So I'll tell you my favorite part.
But there were so many, they did like parties and stuff like that.
So we did a very small wedding. Just with our schedule, you get literally 0 time to plan. Like we find out what our schedule is for the next year in December, so I couldn't plan anything. But we did actually have 2 receptions, and Kristen was at both of those. So we had one in Atlanta and one in Sioux Falls. You can tell me what your favorite part was because I had a blast at both.
I mean, for both of them, it's just seeing whenever they're like in the middle of like talking with different people, and then as soon as they lock eyes, it's just like pure happiness on both of their faces, and you're like, oh, well, that's cute. So just seeing just how happy each of them are whenever they're together, or even from a distance, just seeing that eye contact, you're like, wow, they found their person. So that's pretty special.
Taryn, what are you looking forward to about Kristen's wedding?
Well, I'm excited to throw a bachelorette party. I am excited to see you marry your person because it really is. It's such a special gift. And when you find that puzzle piece in your life, it almost like makes all of the background noise of you looking for your person go away. And I love how happy she is whenever she talks about it, and then she gets all like squirrely. It's fun.
No, and also big thankful for her for how much she has helped in just like the wedding planning and like little things of bringing up. So thank you.
We heard you guys talking yesterday about, what was it, the house planners, like the 2 houses are going to be on the side. I don't want to say any more. You got to explain it.
Okay.
In our
Here's what's
dream
gonna
world.
happen. This is, I'll show you, but in our dream world, our houses are going to be right next to each other with a beach volleyball court in the middle. And then we're gonna have kids that are gonna happen to be the same age and the same gender, and they're going to play together. And then Kristen's gonna coach them, and I'm going to be the fun mom.
But also, there's a plan B too. If we're not living in the same place, we want to open up 2 coffee shops, one wherever she's living, one wherever I'm living. So then that forces us, basically, because we have business.
We have to work together.
We have to go work or like do business at the other person's home for a little getaway and get to see each other.
But so it really is.
We have plan A, B. We'll see what C is.
Volleyball has been absolutely amazing, and I love playing with Kristen. But if it's volleyball or have Kristen in my life, it's going to be Kristen. And that's just way more important than a game. So, yeah.
Kristen, are you going to let her get away with saying that she's going to be the fun mom? Does that mean you're going to be a little bit more the taskmaster?
No, she's going to be like the coach that's like, come on, you got to do this.
But I feel like I can be a coach and still be the fun one. I don't know.
No, I'll be the fun mom.
The fun mom is whoever brings snacks, I feel like.
She will definitely bring the snacks. She will have everything. Whatever you need, she somehow always has in her bag. So I'll let her have
I've been practicing with her.
I love the idea of TKN being a multi-generational kind of thing. That's
How fun would that be?
a legacy brand.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, speaking of legacy, I just want to bring it back to where we started with just, you gave so much great advice in your opening speech today in this championship day. Could you give some more maybe to people who couldn't attend in Virginia Beach today, but to our fans, to our audience, maybe some other advice that you would give to that next generation to be able to be, maybe just a little bit hoping to be as successful as you all are and follow in your footsteps?
Yeah. You want to go first or me?
I got it. I would say a lot of things I see, especially with junior, this is specific for junior beach volleyball, is that whenever they're in practice or in games, they do whatever it takes to kind of win that game. I would challenge everyone to, whatever you're working on, go out in that practice and get better at that one specific thing, even if maybe you lose because of it, but you're still trying to focus on that one thing. Say it's, I need to get a better cut shot, or I need to get more shape on my high lines to make sure when I get into college or when I play professionally, I can get it over a block like Taryn. Again, you're in practice and you're shaping these high lines and you're shaping them so much that the other team keeps digging them and then you go on and lose. I'd be perfectly okay with that. If I was a coach and I was watching that court, I'd be like, this is fantastic. They are working at trying to get better and elevate themselves for the next level, not just what they're currently in. So that would definitely be my number one thing of get better at something that will help you get to the next level, regardless if in this moment it requires you to lose.
I have heard multiple times that either people can't play because they don't have a partner, or something happened with like a partner, or they weren't performing, or I had to switch people. And I don't like that to be like almost like an excuse. I think whoever you're playing with, you should try your absolute best to make them better. Like, what are you doing for your partner to improve their game? How are you helping them, instead of it being like, oh no, I'm doing great over here, they just need to figure out their side. You're a team. Like, if you are on the court together, I don't care if you're just playing for one weekend together, I think that communication and building that skill to be able to communicate with that other person, no matter who it is, if it changes all the time, I know that's way more challenging. We are very blessed to be able to play with each other, but I think that is so important to be able to communicate, work together as a team, and then find ways. Like, if you are down, you have to find a way back. Like, don't just give up just because somebody's not playing well and you are. Like, that's not a good way to be on a team.
Do you have any tips on finding the right partner? If I can just inject some of my own opinion here, it seems like you two are maybe two of the most connected people that I've ever seen in this sport. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that. What is your sort of thought on finding the right partner, and maybe some tests or that you can do mentally to just know that you're with the right person?
Man, ours just kind of like fell into place.
Yeah. I think it's just communication. Be honest with whoever you're playing with, that open communication. I mean, I don't think to be successful in the sport, you don't have to be best friends like we are. We're just very fortunate that happened. But it is, you have to be basically, I think, vulnerable with whoever you're trying to play with. Because if you stay reserved, I don't think that is when you're going to be your best. So be okay being vulnerable and just being open and honest with whoever you're playing with. So, I mean, everyone says that's like the cliche, communication is key, but it really is when you're trying to build a relationship and be successful on the court.
Yeah, we were very lucky that we had the trust and the friendship first, and that just has continued to build over time. And that's not to say that we have not had some very hard communication, disagreements, that kind of thing, but every single time that we have them, we know that it's from a place of love and from a place of trust and from a place of wanting to get better together. And you really have to go in with that mindset that whatever you're saying, or if you are on the receiving end of hearing something that you don't want to hear, like, it's from love. And it's from a place of like wanting to get better and finding new ways to do that.
And what about something with finding the right coach? You mentioned Drew earlier. You guys clearly connect with him very well. Any similar sort of tips there?
Man, that man is absolutely brilliant, and he has created our system, how we play, like that. That was Drew.
Just very fortunate the way it all worked out. Just the fact that we met at LSU, he was the volunteer coach, and just stuck with us. But yeah, he has taught me everything I know, and I think it does come from just a place of being very specific in what we do. And I think it all started mainly with me because I am a little undersized, so I have to play a very specific game and a very precise game. but yeah, his training, just the way he makes everything work, I would say just it's basically focusing on the fundamentals of just down to passing and your right footwork. Basically, I think a lot of people look at kind of the bigger picture, whereas he looks at the very small little building blocks. And that would be something that I would recommend for all coaches out there or just athletes. Just focus on those little bitty pieces that will then come all together.
He also makes drills and practices to where you have to complete a task. Like, it is a very specific thing, and it doesn't matter who else is on the court. So it really is like, I have to pass, Kristen's going to do her job, but I don't have to worry about that, you know? So it doesn't really matter who you're playing with, and so many more people can mix in, and I think that's huge, that it's not like a certain level that I mean, yes, you have to have a certain level of skill to be able to complete the task, but it's on you. And I think that's a really, really key part.
We saw a big crowd gathering for you guys. You've been so popular this whole event, so we don't want to keep you from them too much longer. But any parting thoughts for our followers of the USA Volleyball show that we can leave them with, of having TCAN join us live here at the Beach National Championship?
Ooh, October 7th through the 11th, show up in Newport. USA finally has beach volleyball, so we need to pack it out
We
and
have
show.
to pack it out so we can get more.
Yes, but no, we're super thankful for just all of USA Volleyball and the amount of support that they give us, and also again just very thankful for Zenny and everyone. You should go get some Zenny sunglasses.
And where can people find you? You're everywhere on social media, but for the people who aren't as dialed in on social media, where can they find you? Where can they find your website? Some great merch I saw last night at the meet and greet.
We do have
merch.
some fresh, some
We're
fun.
about to have our new slung stuff.
Yes, our
really
new slung
soon.
suits will be available at Manhattan Beach Open. But yeah, tcanvball.com, that's our website. We also have links to our Instagrams and everything. TCANVBall is our Instagram, and then we also have our personal Instagrams, but all information can be found on our website.
Also, if you don't know where to watch, I know a lot of people get confused because there's so many different places. Our social media manager is absolutely fantastic. She's always posting exactly where to watch. You can usually just click on the link and it makes it so much easier. So if you are wondering where to watch, what time to watch, follow our Instagram, and we even send out updates.
Taryn, Kristen, we cannot thank you enough for being at this event, for coming back on this podcast. It's always so great to get your insight, to catch up with you, and once again, we really appreciate it. Everybody, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the USA Volleyball Show, the official podcast of USA Volleyball. We'll catch you next time.
Go USA!
Oh, thanks, Severin.